This is Osama bin Laden. Now you may be thinking to yourself, that's a dead elephant. And you'd be correct. Which may then make you ask yourself, how did this elephant plan and execute the September 11th terrorist attacks? Well, believe it or not, this is not the same Osama bin Laden who committed the largest terrorist attack in US history. That would be this guy. The beard helps you tell them apart. But Elephant Osama bin Laden is also not without sin. You see, from 2004 to 2006, Elephant Osama killed at least 27 people in the Indian state of Assam. In India, they pronounce it Aham, but if I said it like that, you would all think I was clearing my throat. Join me now for a brief lesson in environmentalism. In the world, there are about 50,000 Asian elephants. Half of them live in India. But the rapid expansion of human activities in India has caused the destruction of elephants' natural habitats. The result is that elephants are forced to forage for food in areas where humans are living. And that is how we end up with human versus elephant conflict. In the state of Assam during the early 2000s, the elephant-human war was quite intense. From 2001 to 2006, elephants killed over 250 humans in Assam. In retaliation, the humans killed 268 elephants. Honestly, these are closer numbers than I would have expected. But of all the elephants fighting in the elephant-human war, no soldier was more prolific than the killer Osama bin Laden. Coming in at 45 to 50 years old and standing 9 to 10 feet tall, Osama was particularly dangerous because he was rumored not to fear fire or firecrackers. He also had no tusks, which was how the locals were able to identify him. The people of Assam named him Osama bin Laden after the human terrorist, in case you thought it was the other way around. I guess a rogue elephant going on a murder spree was their 9/11. From 2004 to mid-2006, Osama killed 13 people. But it was the second half of 2006 in which he really upped his game, killing 14 more people in a 6-month time span, perhaps caused by his visceral reaction to seeing the movie Cars in theaters. By mid-December 2006, Indian officials issued a shoot-to-kill directive on Osama. One of the hunters searching for him, Daipen Phukan, said, "I am looking for my target with a 400 caliber bore rifle, assisted by 5 forestry officials. But Laden is known to do the vanishing trick every time a hunter is put on its trail," which shows you how weirdly intense this already was, and that they had known about Osama for so long that they just called him Laden at this point. On December 18th, Osama had supposedly been tracked to a tea plantation, where locals used drums and fire to trap him in a corner. Daipen Phukan then approached Osama, who figured out he was about to be killed and started charging at the hunter. Phukan said, "It was charging towards me, and I kept firing. Another few yards and it would have run over me." And with that, Osama bin Laden had been killed, meaning India beat the United States to it by about 5 years. Or did they? Immediately after the death of Osama, criticism poured in from wildlife conservationists who believed an innocent elephant was killed, especially after the elephant was buried before anyone could verify the footprints to identify it. One expert said, "Probably this was not the elephant they wanted to kill. It was found in a different habitat more than 80 kilometers away from his usual place where he moves around." I guess an elephant not having tusks was enough for the locals to call it Osama bin Laden, much like being Muslim in America after 9/11. Experts were also concerned about revenge attacks by elephants in the same herd, which is apparently a thing that actually happens. Sure enough, a few days later, a group of elephants destroyed several thatched houses in the area where the alleged Osama had been murdered. As for the real elephant Osama, well, he might still be out there, perhaps having fled to Pakistan for protection. Now please consider sharing this video because there's no way YouTube is going to recommend a story about a murderous elephant named Osama bin Laden to anyone.